Welcome to Highest and Best Selves. I am Nikkei Star, and tonight's subject we're going to talk about is what is a healing session? Exactly what is that, Nikkei? I'm going to give you a little bit of information about what a healing session entails to give you a little bit of background of what to expect when you're in a session. The biggest part I would say about a healing session is as the practitioner, I get that question a lot. It's, what is this? Is it like Reiki? No. Is it like acupuncture? No, but we do acupuncture pressure points, So no, there's no modality out there right now that I know of, because I don't know everything, that is like this practice. The biggest thing, what I tell people when I try to explain what a session is, I say this is a healing modality that utilizes kinesiology, which is muscle testing, and it helps remove burdens and blocks from the body to give a client a little more breathing room. And lifting those burdens and the blocks that sit in the body, you literally feel like the weight of the world is lifting off of you. So that's why I use that terminology. I also will actually read what the founder of our work, the reunion process, Mr. Peter Sculpom, what he says to describe this modality is the reunion process frees us from the burdens of life, from our own life programming, family programming, ancestral things that are passed through the bloodline, and past life programming. He says the reunion process quickly brings you to the power to rebirth your truest self into a living and loving being, beyond the false illusions and hidden forces. The reunion process restores mental clarity, emotional freedom, and physical vitality. It opens you up to a happy and successful life. That pretty much sums it up. It doesn't explain exactly what a session is because, again, every session is different. I have worked on thousands of clients, and a lot of times after their first session, I'll say, how would you explain this? And they're all stumped. But it doesn't matter how you explain it. What matters is how you feel after your session. How you and your ancestor and your family feels after your session. That's the most important part. So the healing session starts with, first of all, me, the practitioner, going into surrender. I clear my body, I cleanse my body spiritually, but I also go into surrender to God and to assure that this session is for the client's highest and best self. None of my forces are coming up in the session. That is all about them and their processes and what is coming up for healing. So I go into surrender, and then I also go and requesting permission. With this work, we don't work on anyone without permission. And we gain permission by actually a hand mudra. This is the hand mudra for permission. And I tap that in. Tapping in is acknowledgement to the body for thanking the body for guiding us through the work. The body does a lot of the heavy lifting during a session. It's leading me to the files, it's leading me to the forces and to the blocks, and it's helping the client remove the blocks and lift the burdens. And then the reward for the body is the relief at the end because After all that hard work that the client and their vessel does, and all that join the session, you can have ancestors that come in, or past life beings that come in when we do something called seeding. We get to the seeding, kind of like where this force originated. Then there's something that comes up in a session called the wave file. And the wave file is generally that feeling that triggers the body to get led to this work, to say, you know what, I can't keep going on like this, or you know what, I need help, or everyone that has had a session is divinely led to the session. What you can expect from a healing session: you may feel sleepy, you may cry, you may weep, you may feel invigorated, you may have a lot of energy, you may ask a lot of questions. It just really depends on how your vessel responds to the opening of the work and the files that process through the body. It's a beautiful, loving, gentle modality, and it's life-changing, and I can say this from experience. Before I was a practitioner, I was a client to this work for 3 years myself, and I love the work so much. When I was given an opportunity to learn more about this work so that I can help my family, my friends, now people across the world, I'm just honored to be able to help. I'm able to help the collective. And what the collective means is there's a group of us who are resonating on the same frequency, who are resonating with the same feelings. We are all energy. We are all connected. There's someone right now in Singapore that's feeling the same resonance of someone in Utah. It's like we are all connected. We don't have to speak the same languages to feel. We are all living beings. My sessions cause clients' animals to react, and they go to sleep, or their children feel the shift of frequency when we're doing the work. It's a global work, and what you can expect also during a healing session is we'll do visualization. You'll experience, if you're in front of me, you'll experience me touching your body and doing touching meridian points and pressing acupuncture. Sometimes they're kind of painful because we're literally pressing on a knot or a block in the body to release it. So that's where I said the acupuncture part comes in. No, we don't use needles. We're massaging that particular area to help release that energy that's sitting blocked in that part of the body. You will experience a plethora of things. There's some things that every session's different, but generally we go in and surrender. We receive permission. We get a seeding source, and the files begin to reveal to us like a domino. It leads us to all the things that the body's been holding, and as the files are coming up, the body's releasing them. And then once the body is completed all of the releasing for that time, because the body will tell us when it's done, then we will do a facilitation to process out the forces that came up in the body, and then we will close out the session, and then we send up love and gratitude for all that participated in the session, and we send up love and gratitude to God for the grace that came down to help us with the session. And that's a quick version of what is a healing session. So those are pretty much the steps, but nothing can explain. Trust me, I'm going to start as soon as the website's up, uploading testimonials, and you'll see for yourself when you join us, because I also believe you were led to this YouTube channel or this TikTok because your body is looking for something to help release the burdens you've been carrying. You were not led here by a coincidence. And I'm honored to help you reach the goal of being your highest and best self with this beautiful healing modality that's called reunion. Thank you for your time. I'm honored